With just few days left in the transfer window, Chelsea are moving fast to wrap up business. Today we have got a breaking news on Alejandro Garnacho, a surprising twist involving Christopher Nkunku, and the latest on Xavi Simon and Fermín Lopez. We'll also break down a fresh agreement around Nicolas Jackson. But before we get into all that, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the drill. We're on the road to 10k subscribers. So like the video, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload. Let's dive into it. Today we have got a massive update around Barcelona Fermín Lopez and his situation with Chelsea. And trust me, this one is moving fast. Let's break it down. First off, we are hearing from Adria Abed that Fermín is thinking very seriously about the offer from Chelsea. And this really set the tone for what is going on right now. Now, Barcelona's stance is clear. According to Gerard Romero, Barcelona has made it clear they have no need to sell Fermín Lopez. If he leaves, it's because the player has requested it. That's huge because it puts all the power directly to Fermín Lopez's hands. And then things start to get interesting even more. Again, Gerard Romero adds, the information around is that Chelsea has sent an offer to Fermín Lopez. Today he will meet Hansi Flick and discuss what he wants to do. No club-to-club talk at the moment, but Chelsea has sent an offer to Fermín. So as of right now, Chelsea has not spoken directly with Barcelona. But what we have done is test the waters with the player and his camp. That match what Fabrizio has reported, who said there have been contact between Fermín Lopez's agent and Chelsea. And Chelsea has asked questions about the situation at Barcelona, his contract, his salary demand, and if he's ready to leave Barcelona. However, no offer has been made at the moment as Chelsea remain focused on Xavi Simon. And finally, even adding more fuel to the fire, Copa reports, Barcelona has not been able to get in touch with Fermín Lopez since Tuesday as the midfielder is seriously tempted by Chelsea proposal. So if we connect everything, we as fans knows that Chelsea has spoken with Fermín Lopez's agent and Barcelona don't want to sell unless he forces it. Fermín Lopez is taking Chelsea's proposal very serious. This is a huge development. For us the fans, this looks like it could be a reopening. But the big question is, does Fermín Lopez decide to push for the move himself? Or does he stay and fight his place at Barcelona? But now let's move to the huge part of this story, Xavi Simons. According to Kenan Gill, Chelsea sources say they hold genuine interest in Fermín Lopez. But that does not mean they have dropped their desire to sign Xavi Simon. Chelsea are still working on selling, while Xavi Simon comes with. So what does that tell us? We as fans can be reassured that the pursuit for Fermín Lopez does not mean Xavi Simon is off the table. Both situations are being worked on a parallel. But the key here is sales. Until we move a player out, we can't move for Xavi directly. Now here is where things get spicy. From Bleed, we know Tottenham has inquired about Xavi Simon. In recent talk, Chelsea emphasized they can only sign Simon if they sell one player. Christopher Nkunku transfer to Leipzig is not financially feasible at the moment. That's a bombshell because Tottenham entering the race adds pressure. And it's backed by Matt Law, who confirmed Tottenham has been interested in Xavi Simon for some time. And there is optimism he would be open to a move to North London, despite his apparent interest in joining Chelsea. But then we have got another line from Bleed. Tottenham came in hot for Xavi, and they has the money to pay the 70 million euros, which is what Leipzig wants. The CEO and Levy knows each other well. Xavi though must be convinced, and is also on a salary of 11 million euros. It's not known if Spurs can get this. So let's be clear, Tottenham have the money, they have the connection. But do they have the pull to convince Xavi Simons when he has shown many times that Chelsea is his preference? And this is where I agree with what we all have been saying. If Chelsea let Tottenham sign Xavi Simon, then it's because we changed our mind. After all, how can Xavi Simon wait over a month for us, stand firm with his preference, and then with just a week left in the window, suddenly told to move somewhere else? Unless he's no longer sure that Chelsea are genuinely interested, or unless he has been told directly to find another option. The expectation should be he signs for us, and given how Xavi Simon has rejected other options just to hold out for Chelsea, that's even more reason for us as a fan base to lean towards him. And now here is where things really take a turn. Christopher Nkunku. This could be the key that unlocks everything for Chelsea in Xavi Simon's situation. According to St. JFM, AC Milan has nearly agreed personal terms on contract until 2030 with Christopher Nkunku. They are now preparing a bid around 30 to 40 million euros to Chelsea. Leipzig and Aston Villa are now proposing permanent deal for Nkunku. That's massive because it tells us that not only is Nkunku open to leave, but Chelsea could receive multiple offers in the final stretch of the window. Then from Fabrizio, we have got exclusive. AC Milan make contact to explore deal for Christopher Nkunku among attacking options. Milan are in active talk for new signing. Up front, Nkunku has been discussed in recent hours. Player open to leave Chelsea in the final days. This alone changes the dynamics because we know Nkunku is open to leaving. And Fabrizio doubles down with more details. More on AC Milan and Christopher Nkunku exclusive story. Negotiation with Chelsea are underway for permanent deal, not loan. Talks about the fee, Nkunku keen on joining Milan. Connor Harder deal blocked since Monday as Sporting changed condition. It was never done. So it's clear, Milan are serious, the player is keen, and Chelsea are listening. And then here comes the most important part from David Einstein on the Athletic podcast, who said, I think Nkunku is one linked to Xavi. If Nkunku happens, maybe Xavi goes to Chelsea. If Nkunku does not happen to RIB Leipzig, maybe Simon doesn't happen. This could be a late one, and also possible nothing happens. This changes everything we have been discussing, because what it means is simple. If Nkunku leaves, whether it's Milan, Leipzig, or even Aston Villa, that's the domino that allows Chelsea to push for Xavi Simons. If Nkunku stays, then Xavi Simons could slip away entirely. So as fans, we have to look at this in two ways. First, Nkunku exit opens door for Xavi Simons, which is what we want. Secondly, if Chelsea fail to move him on in the last day of the transfer window, then Tottenham interest in Xavi Simons suddenly becomes very real. This is why the next few days are absolutely crucial, because right now Nkunku to Milan looked well advanced, with personal terms until 2030 already close. If that gets agreed with Chelsea on the fee, then Xavi Simons to Chelsea becomes so much more likely. But moving on, so it looks like we are finally coming to the end of the Alejandro Garnacho saga, and the latest updates are massive for us. First, from Sam Wallace of The Telegraph, we have got the headline news. Breaking: Chelsea are on the verge of agreeing a deal for Alejandro Garnacho in a deal worth up to £40 million. Then Fabrizio confirmed exactly where things stand. Chelsea and Manchester United locked in talks for Alejandro Garnacho's transfer. Chelsea confirmed their proposal £35 to £40 million as total package, waiting for Manchester United green light. The deal will happen, just a matter of time, as Garnacho only wants Chelsea. Here we go soon. That's a huge development, because not only do we know the clubs are in talks, but also Garnacho himself wants only Chelsea. Ben Jacob also added, understand Chelsea has made progress on Alejandro Garnacho in the past 24 hours, as they hope to strike a deal for under Manchester United £50 million asking price. Nothing agreed yet between the clubs, but the gulf in valuation is now smaller. All parties still expect the deal to happen. So the picture is clear. Chelsea wants to keep the deal closer to 40 rather than £50 million. But most importantly, the feeling from all sides is that we'll get it done. And finally, the most reassuring update for us came again from Fabrizio Romano on YouTube, who reminded everyone, remember that Garnacho already have a total agreement with Chelsea on personal terms, and he cannot wait to wear the blue as soon as possible. But as one set to arrive, another set to leave, and this time it's Nicolas Jackson. According to Ben Jacobs, we are prepared to sanction a loan with obligation for Nicolas Jackson if a permanent transfer can be agreed. Club are currently told a £10 million loan fee is required. Bayern Munich remain in talks. That's a big development, because it shows Chelsea are willing to compromise on structure, but they still want guarantee of permanent transfer exit down the line, and that's exactly what Fabrizio has confirmed as well. FC Bayern Munich are again today in direct club-to-club talk with Chelsea for Nico Jackson. Discussion about formula of the deal, as Chelsea has only one international loan spot left, and it has to include obligation to buy. Nothing done so far, player/club side, but Bayern Munich keep insisting. So what we know is this: Bayern are pushing and Chelsea are listening. But the key sticking point is whether it's a stretch sale or a loan with guaranteed purchase. But even Kenan Gill reports, Chelsea are now open to Nicolas Jackson leaving on loan this week if their preference of a permanent sale is not forthcoming. Under one condition, the agreement must include an obligation to buy for next summer. So there is no doubt now, Chelsea wants Jackson gone, but they won't risk him returning next summer without Bayern committing. And then comes a very important line, again from Kenan Gill. Chelsea has long believed he's worth more than £74 million that Manchester United spent on Benjamin Sesko of RIB Leipzig, and also £79 million that Liverpool paid for Ek Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike. His numbers and goals stack up to that assessment. That shows us two things. First, Chelsea still values Nicolas Jackson highly. And two, we don't want to sell him for cheap compared to what other strikers in Europe has gone. This feels like one that could move very quickly in the last few days of the window. If Bayern agreed to Chelsea condition, Jackson will be on his way. If not, Chelsea may have to wait longer or find another buyer. But with that said, that's the end of the video, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Gobi.